Okay, so project for today is rewiring the trailer lights. The lights that were on there are damaged, and the original wiring was, well, shit. So the old stuff has come out. I'm starting with this junction box. That junction box connects to my 7-way connector. So got my wires are color coded, doing it properly in the right way. That junction box will be mounted on the inside of the frame rail right there. And then I've got a nice kit over here of LED brake lights, marker lights, some nice LED corner lights, and appropriate wiring. The right color coded wire, not that a lot of people are, okay, I'm gonna rant for a minute. The flat 4 standard wiring, which is standard and has been for years and everybody uses, and it's great, that's awesome. If your trailer doesn't have brakes. If your trailer has brakes, you need an extra circuit. And the other nice thing about the extra circuit is it comes with, I've got a ground as well. So the 7-wire has an additional auxiliary power connector. So I can run that into the box to put a battery in there for a winch if I choose to. But right now I'm running this 6-wire connector with an additional ground wire. Yay. A nice fat 100-foot spool. You can use the kits. The kits come like this. And these are real popular. Real popular kit. They work. Not popular for me. The wiring, the gauge on the wiring it's okay. You know, it's 14 gauge standard, but it's the flat 4, and I like the extra 2 conductors so I can do my brake controller and also have the auxiliary circuit. So that's the project for today. Yay! That light's intact, but it's going to be replaced. The current lighting is bulb style lights. I'm replacing it with LEDs all the way around. So fun project. Yay! Okay, so underneath the trailer, God, there's a lot of rust. I mean, it's not critical, it's a little surface, but I'm gonna have to do something about that at some point. It's ugly. This weld, when they manufactured this, they did a really shit job, but you know, whatever, it's what I got to work with. So I've got the 2 holes drilled in the side of the frame. Block just kind of goes right in there. Run a little bolt through. Lock it in place. I've got rubber grommets for this hole and this cap to cut it out. And then the main circuit will come in here, connect the wires. We'll be good to go. Yay. Oh shit, hope I didn't break that. Okay, so the eagle-eyed among you may have noticed that there's no lock nuts on there. Instead, I just used a little dab of thread locker on those bolts to hold the circuit box in place. Or the junction box, I guess is a better word for it. Worked pretty well. So it's in place, yay, and I can get it wired up. Here's one of the marker lights that got smashed, and you can see the bulb in there, just kind of a garbage marker light. The original stuff was just trash. So this is the connector for my 7-way connector, and then this is the wiring and the loom. This tore the hell out of my fingertips. It just was rough as heck to do. Oh, also I put a 3rd-row brake light in. Yay. So, while working on wiring this trailer, one of the things that I used as a new product, this is a product placement that I'm not being paid for, and I don't even care what the brand is. It's just something new to me. When you're splicing, when you're doing a butt splice between 2 wires, it's like normally you got 2 wires and you're gonna butt splice them together. Normally you would use a standard butt splice connector, or you crimp it down, crimps the wire. I used a new product that's new to me while wiring this trailer because I wanted nice watertight waterproof connections that aren't going to corrode or anything like that, because it's a trailer that's outdoors and all that kind of crap. So what I used is these things. They're called solder seal wire connectors. You can get them from various distributors, etc. And let me kind of come around and turn the camera down so we can actually look at them, and I can talk while talk about these. So here we go. They're called solder seal wire connectors, and they look just like a butt splice connector. There's nothing really fancy about them. They come in various sizes based upon the size of the wire you're going to use, and they got a little color code chart like here. So we can bring this up and get this focused in. So here is what one looks like, and what you have is this clear material that is effectively clear heat shrink tubing. That's effectively all it is. And then there's a little bit of glue for each end and a little circle of solder. That's all it is. It's pretty cool. It's a very interesting device. And let me show you how it works. It's not complicated at all. You just, for the wire you're going to use, make sure this is, yeah, okay. I'm going to move the camera there to the vise. There we go. Pick the wire you're going to use. This is 14 gauge wire, and you just take and you strip off a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect or fancy, just a little bit, and you strip off a little bit. And so you got the 2 bits of wire. And for this 16 to 14 gauge is a blue, so I'm going to use a blue. And you, normally you'd put this on before stripping it if you're smart. And just kind of slide this bad boy on. Ta-da! Ta-da! He's on there. And then I'm going to take this guy. And you know what? That's blue. Let me use a different color wire. For the example, we use this green wire instead, just so that we can see all the colors and see how everything's working. So strip a little of that off. So got some green wire, yellow wire, blue solder seal, and we just kind of take our wires and we just twist them together. Nothing fancy, nothing super hard or complicated. It's like a really easy job. So there you go. And now we just slide this up until the solder line is in the middle. There we go. And let me see if I can zoom this in a little more before I proceed to the next step. So I'm going to clamp this into my clamp real quick just so that I have something to work on. Let me adjust the camera. Super easy, super simple. And then all we do, take our handy dandy heat gun. And again, brand names don't matter. It's just, this is a bullet style heat gun. Turn it on. And I'm going to start on this piece of glue. And just heat on the glue and heat on the glue. And you'll see that tubing and that the glue is starting to melt, and you'll see the tubing is clear heat shrink, which is what's so cool. I think clear heat shrink is awesome. It's a neat product. And so now that glue is melting from the heat. Get this out of the way. And I get that one done. Ta-da! Simple. Now I'm going to heat the upper one. The same process. It's not really hard to do this. I'm just going to heat this. And now that glue is kind of melted and it's grabbed onto the wire, and because the heat shrink is pulled down, the glue is down, it's watertight. And now I'm just going to heat that ring of solder. Yeah, focus on the solder. Click the little focus button on my phone. There we go. And heat that ring of solder, and in just a moment, keep focusing on the heat gun. Anyway, you're going to see the solder start to melt. There. You see the solder starting to roll into the copper to the wire. And I suppose if I spent the money on a higher end, fancier heat gun that got a little hotter, a little faster, this would go a little quicker. But, you know, I'm cheap and I buy inexpensive tools. But it doesn't really matter. That solder is starting to melt. And it's locked in. And I can see the solder running down into the copper, into the wire. Turn this off. Ooh, God, that's hot. Bring this up. I'll bring it right into the camera so we can get a good focus on it. Focus, focus. Are we focused? There we go. So you see the solder is melted. This is now watertight connection, a little hot, and it's actually still flexible. So pretty cool. I like this product. I'm happy about it. As far as wiring the trailer goes, it was a lot of work. Took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take to do this, but I'm really happy. So anyway, product placement, not giving a brand name because brand name is immaterial. It's just the design. It's cool, new to me. I liked it. And here's some still photos of the installation while it was in progress, replacing the various lights and fixtures. You can see my heat gun, you can see my box of solder steel stuff and the various tools and stuff. A lot of these old lights were garbage, and here's the wired in wiring harness. Okay, so this has been freaking exhausting, but I've got everything replaced. All new lights, all new wiring. There's the junction box I just looked at. And so, let me get this into focus. Tap for focus. Too close for focus. Focus. There we go. So here's the junction box underneath. This blue is my electric brakes. This is the electric brakes, not lights, but actual brake function. This here, this brown is, and this is all standard wiring colors. For this side. The trailer side is a little different, but anyway, this brown here is the right-hand turn signal and right-hand brake light. This green, you see there's a bunch of leads coming off the green. This green is my running lights. This red is the left-hand turn signal and left-hand brake light. This yellow is reverse lights. I don't actually have reverse lights on, but I've got the circuit in case I need them. This black is auxiliary power. So like I said, if I want to put a battery inside the toolbox and charge it, it would receive power from that. And this white is standard ground. And so there we go. And then I've got my little tester set up. So two 6-volt lantern batteries, 6 volt plus 6 volt, wired in series, makes 12 volts. So let's take a look at, we'll start with the right-hand brake light. So lead is on, and let me get the ground attached. And come on, it's crazy to do with one hand. There we go, ground is attached, and ground clip, ground lead on the battery, negative, positive, in series. Let's go take a look. So the right hand brake light and or turn signal should be on now. So there we go. Let's see how this worked. Oh, look at that. Right hand brake light / turn signal is on. Nothing else appears to be on. No, beautiful. All right, let's test the left-hand turn signal, and this auxiliary light is wired up to the left-hand turn signal brake light. Let's go check that. That would be the red. So we'll check the red circuit. Red circuit's active. I accidentally pressed the stop button as I was rolling out from underneath the trailer, so there. Auxiliary brake light is active, and the left side brake light should be on. Beautiful. Left side brake is on. All that's left to check is make sure all my running lights work. And this is what's taken a long time, because I've actually, when I pulled off the old lights, I only had one running light on each side, and now I have 3 ambers and a red running light plus the rear lights on each side. So this is taking a lot of work. And again, I accidentally pressed the button. So green. Green. All right, let's take a look. Oh, look at that. I've got a running light. Got a running light like I'm supposed to have. Running light, running light. Should be a running light there. Running light, running light. See the side running light is on? Yay. Running light, running light, running light. Should be a yellow, an amber, running light. And this one on the front should be on. Ha ha, it's on. So, this has kicked my ass. It's been a lot of work. I'm exhausted. Got a lot of cleanup to do, little bits and garbage and crap everywhere, but trailer's wired. Thanks for watching.